Yes, good morning to the both of you. That looks absolutely fantastic there, I've got to tell you. Now, listen, in any budget, mums all know this, household, business or government, there are several ways to get to the end result. Now, you've got income, that's money coming into the bucket. You've got expenses, that's money going out. You've got investments. Now, they might rise or fall in value and might even produce you an income. And you've got debts that incur interest and that reduces your income. It's pretty simple, right? So in the perfect budget, you increase your income and you reduce the expenses. That increases your surplus or profit, and the money you get then reduces your debts. Now, the problem is if you forecast growth, an increase in your income, you're never quite certain it'll happen until it does happen. It's a bit like budgeting for, say, a pay rise in 12 months' time. Until you get that pay rise, you're not quite sure it's actually going to happen. But what you can be certain of is that if you cut an expense, that money goes straight to your budget bottom line. It's guaranteed from the moment that you make that cut. But cutting expenses can be unpopular. Think a household full of modern teenagers. You might save $100 a month if you cancel the internet subscription, the Wi-Fi. But think of the grief you'll get from the family. So most people and governments generally only cut when they're genuinely faced with a crisis. Now, if the growth doesn't come or if you miscalculate, then the losses rack up and the interest bill will keep on rising. Now, in Australia, we already pay the best part of $14 billion in interest a year. Net debt is expected to peak next year at $375 billion. It'll still be $366 billion in 4 years' time, provided everything goes right. Now, gross debt takes in, net debt takes in government assets, but gross debt, that's the total debt. Well, it soars out past $700 billion over the next 10 years. And again, provided everything goes right. This is the tale of our budget position in Australia. Nobody wants to cut. Everybody's forecasting growth, hoping for better times that may or may not arrive. But nobody wants to be unpopular with the family. By the way, happy Mother's Day all, and I reckon a few of you would know how to balance that budget with a bit of aplomb. Dow Jones down 23 points, $73.8 US cents. Happy Mother's Day out there.